What's going on, guys? It's your boy Milner MMA here, aka Jason Boss, bringing you another video. I just want to say, guys, thank you so very much for all your comments, all your likes. If you could please keep it going, I would greatly appreciate it, man. Let's see how far we can push this thing, Hopefully, hit the 300-400 mark by the end of the year, man. That would be really, really awesome. Now, on to the video. So, you are afraid to ride a motorcycle. Either you're afraid to initially get on a motorcycle, or you have a motorcycle, but you realize that you're not really getting out there and giving it, as much as you thought you would. Which I want you to know right now, that's not abnormal at all. That's why normally they tell people when you first off, when you get a motorcycle, you've got to get a motorcycle that you can manage. Your friends are going to tell you, go get the big, 1000cc. Go get the big 1800cc. Go get, this super fast, supercharged motorcycle. Well, what happens a lot of times, the reason why people become afraid or they don't ride is they get this bike and they realize that it's harder to manage. It's either heavy, it doesn't maybe corner good, they're barely giving it gas and this thing seems like it wants to take off, or they seem to have a lot of close calls, they feel like, so they don't want to ride. Well, there's a lot of ways we can remedy that, guys. It's a very, very easy remedy. Really, there's only one thing you got to do, and that's ride. First off, if you got a 1000cc or bigger, if you're not making payments, maybe consider taking that bike, getting some of your money back, getting a smaller one. One that you can just enjoy tossing it around the corners, a 650cc, 800cc, you know what I mean? Cruiser is perfect for beginners. Now for sports bikes, I want to really say 400 and below, because even a 600 sport bike is pretty fast still. So I want to say about around 400 below. I mean, if you get a 600, that really needs to be your max. The lower the CC or the and I don't even want to say slower the bike, because a lot of times these bikes, just because they're smaller engine size, it doesn't mean they're necessarily slow. You know what I mean? Because you can take a 650cc, a 800cc cruiser, and you can still do 100 miles an hour, no problem. It's just the thing is, it takes a little bit longer to get there than it would on something that's 1800 to like 1000 or more. You know what I mean? Like these really, really fast bikes. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the sports bikes. I've known people who have a 250cc sports bike that can still do 75, 80 miles an hour, especially they're lighter, you know what I mean? Granted, it may take a little bit longer to get there, and it's not necessarily a highway attacking machine, but they can still get there. And the point being, you don't want nothing, that's going to be like this major superhighway attacking machine, because a little bit of throttle input means a whole lot when you're on like a leader bike, or just a Hayabusa, or one of those ones that your friends keep telling you to get, you know what I mean? And on the cruiser side, it's the same thing. If you get an 1100cc Honda Shadow, you know what I'm saying, it's a light bike. If you get a 650cc Honda Shadow, that's even better, you know what I mean? I feel like the lighter the bike, the better for a beginner, you know what I mean? An 1100cc cruiser is pretty fast. I really think you should even go a little bit, slower than that. Like I said, like a 650cc or below. But I mean, cruisers to me are the better beginner bikes. I think they just have more of a bandwidth, you know what I mean, as far as like speed control, you know what I'm saying? Because honestly, on the most highways, guys, you don't need to go past 75, 80. You really don't. But the reason why I say the best thing for you to do is keep riding, because the more you ride, the more you can see that it's not so scary to ride, okay? If you have a friend, we all have those friends that are constantly saying, man, I had a close call today, man. I had a car cut me off. Or, I had to lay her down. and all that kind of stuff, like constantly with their bikes, they're telling you about how they almost had to wreck, or every time when they did, they had to lay their bike down. A lot of times there's factors behind it that they may not want to admit themselves. Number one being speed. There is something about a motorcycle, and a lot of motorcyclists, don't like to admit it. But there's something about it, you know what I'm saying? You have it, and your mind says this thing is built for speed. So what you want to do is speed. And speed is one of the number one, I would say, killing factors, because it gives you less time to make a judgment call, okay? And it gives people less time to see you. People will cut you off if you're moving way, way over the speed limit. I'm sorry, guys. Even if I check my mirror in my car right now, and I ride a motorcycle, so I look out for motorcycles. If I check back one time, I don't see you. Check back 2 times, I don't see you. I'm going to get over. I'm not expecting a rocket from hell to come speeding up past me, you know what I mean? And making it where I'm not able to get over, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing you have to really realize when you're speeding. People don't see you, man. They looked. They're not expecting someone to be coming up 100 miles an hour, and that could cause that accident. It is not the car rider's fault. It is your fault. Second thing I would say is just judging your space, okay? So if you got a decent gap between you and the car, you got to realize that sometimes other cars are going to want to get in that gap, okay? But also use that gap, Don't be so quick to close right in on a car, you know what I mean? Because like I say, you have passing power. You've got this extra bit of room, so you got to take it, you know what I mean? Leave that space a little bit. Leave that gap, I like to leave almost 2 car lengths, away from somebody. I'm not saying going under the speed limit. I'm really not. I'm saying going at that speed limit or keeping up with the, traffic, but not pushing it to the limit, okay? Because if you give yourself about a car length, or at least a car length and a half, you have just time to react. You know what I'm saying? If somebody cuts me off, I have time to progressive braking, slow down, to swerve, to make decisions that I can normally, I can make easily, you know what I'm saying, that I won't be able to normally make if I'm speeding. If I'm speeding, you can't make these decisions, because by the time the person gets over, you're already there, you know what I'm saying? So give yourself that length. I would also say, guys, drinking and motorcycle driving is dumb, okay? You're trying to keep your balance, understand? You're trying to look around, you're trying to judge your speed, you have a lot of different thoughts, different things going into your mind. So when you're drinking and you're driving your motorcycle, you're totally hindering yourself. I know it's popular and I know it seems cool, especially in cruiser culture, especially in Harley culture, you know what I mean, to do it. But really, drunk drivers are one of the number one, if not the number one, cause of motorcycle deaths. And I would say one of the other major factors is, too, guys, wear your gear, man. I mean, sports bike bros, I will say, do this a little bit better as far as wearing their gear. Now, I don't say they always ride safer, because they got the sports bike. So then they think, now I can speed. But cruiser bros, we're horrible at it. Horrible. We wear, at best, the little quarter helmets, or the magical bandana that's supposed to protect our heads, and the sunglasses, because that's what we saw on Sons of Anarchy. We wear a leather jacket, but the leather jacket has no padding in it. We just don't believe in wearing gear. I get it, guys. Gear can be a little bit high. It can. But they do have summer gear. I have a summer mesh jacket that has holes in it that lets air in it. I have a full face helmet. This full face helmet, guys, have a lot of different things. I got to show you this here. Boom. Right up there. You see that? Those are vents. They let the air travel in, through, and around my head. Right in here, it lets air come in. It travels around in the area. It's actually very cool in the full face helmet. If you're claustrophobic because you're wearing a full face helmet, that just means you're not wearing it enough. You will get used to it. Football players put on helmets that cover their heads all the time. They don't panic because they get used to it. And so will you. Put on your full face helmet. Wear your gloves, man. Wear your jacket with the armor. It has holes in it. Boots that cover the ankle. I mean, you can look very much bikerish still, but really increase your chances. I believe it's like by 32% or something like that. You got a better chance of staying alive because you're wearing gear. Now, a lot of other stuff, like I say, that like the deaths and all that kind of stuff. They say a lot of older gentlemen end up dying sometimes because maybe they're a little bit older, the body just couldn't take it. But you know what I mean. When we get a little older in life, sometimes things change. That's sad. Younger gentlemen between the ages of 20, I think it said 29, end up dying because they just make stupid decisions. Motorcycling is not dangerous. It's all about the choices and decisions we make. As you get older, it is more important for you to wear gear. It is more important for you to make the smarter decisions. Okay? If you are younger, it is still important for you to make important decisions because you're not invincible. I had a friend the other day bragging to me about how he runs from the cops at top speed. I mean, it does seem cool maybe to him right now, but if something happened to him, dude, it would totally suck. I would hate to see that happen. It is not smart. He's not invincible. And let me tell you, it's not a matter of when you wipe out hard. It's, of if you wipe out hard. It's a matter of when. You definitely will if you're doing the crazy stuff, guys. All right, so like I say, you want to get better at motorcycle riding, just get out there and ride, okay? Take it day by day. Realize, the more that you're smarter, that you're enjoying the pace. You're just keeping up with traffic. You're not doing anything nuts. You will soon come to realize that it's not dangerous at all. I don't have close calls. I really don't have close calls. And if I have had a few, I've given myself enough time, space, and managed my speed enough to where it wasn't anything that I could not handle. You know what I'm saying? So it is just all about, guys, just making the smart choices, okay? Well, it's your boy Moto MMA. Hey, I can't talk, guys. I'm tired. It's like almost 11 o'clock. It's your boy Moto MMA, a.k.a. Jason Ball, saying please continue to comment, like, subscribe. I got some great stuff coming out. Hopefully I'm going to get some shots of me, on the bike, getting more motorcycle content out because that's what my channel is truly. The heart of it is about, at least. I got some MMA news coming up as well. I want to get some stuff of me actually training and hitting the mat, so I think that would be really cool, I got a little interesting fight news from different fights that are coming up that I want to talk about and get your opinion. Please continue to comment, like, and subscribe. And thank you so very much for watching, guys. Peace.